Hey everybody, Bobby Sapphire with the Hyperloops here. I'm doing my second product review. This time is also a deck box. This is the Parsec for Star Wars Destiny by Aaron Kane. There's a Kickstarter up for it right now. All the details for that are in the YouTube description, as the link is super long. I couldn't put it on the screen. And you can find all the details, the price, watch the trailer video. It's great. Obviously, I guess not obviously, but the Hyperloops is a competitive website, so I will be looking at this deck box from a competitive standpoint, but also give some just like some general ideas. I've been a gamer my whole life, so I got this in the mail today. So full disclosure is I didn't pay for this. I'm not being paid to do this. The Aaron Kane, the creator of the deck box, which is, I mean, as you can see, really nice, made of wood. This is some nice wood. He put a post on Facebook, you know, asking for people who review products. Someone pinged me. I did the other deck box review, so sent me this, but I think he's charging $80 or something for it. And I will say it is nice. And watching the video, I had an idea that this would be great as like a trophy case or a prize, because the craftsmanship is incredible. I opened the mail today, and you could see the ace that's I'm guessing is Aaron's signature, but he did the little wood cutting or the wood laser gave me the Hyperloops logo, which is pretty dope. So it's pretty small. Here's a pen for size reference. So it's compact. The size is really nice. You could put it on the table, it won't take up that much space. So I'm gonna open it. The magnets that hold this thing down are like industrial strength. They are like, you really have to pull. So the top is a felt line rolling tray. We'll get to that later. He lined this one with yellow. So I don't know woods, but this looks like, I don't know, maple colored. My light's bad. Anyway, so this holds 12 and 10, 22 dice. I knew that, but I forgot. So I just stuck the last deck I played, my Ayla deck, in here. Obviously, it doesn't use all the dice slots, but they are nice, and they are protected by that felt line cover on the top side. So again, you got to pull pretty hard to get the dice out. And I do want to show you, so I'm going to dump the dice out for a second. And I do want to show you the bottom of this here, because it does sort of act as like another tray. And also, what's really important though is that it leaves room for when you stack things. And like, I don't think you'd stack too many tokens above what fits here. But this is a 30 card deck plus a battlefield plus a plot plus 2 characters. So it's 34 cards. And it does come up over the top. So like, that's going to slide. It doesn't come up super high, which could be an issue if you're not careful with it when the cover's open. Not that you would be, but they are risen above. They're not flush inside the box. So there is that, like, you know, giveaway there. Don't look at my deck list. It's secret. So they do have the little finger slot here, so I can get it out. I've been struggling to get this bottom card out a little bit. That might just be my sleeve though. But it does fit. It does fit 34 cards, and because like I said, the top is, you know, carved out, it does fit nicely. It's not like compressed, it fits. Again, the magnets are strong. So one thing that I think, yeah, there's that bottom card again. One thing I think, I really like the tray. Again, like, the finish is fantastic, and this is felt lined. I don't know if it's just a me thing, but when I go to a tournament, I have like way too many tokens, more than I would ever need. This definitely doesn't fit too many. One thing that I didn't realize is that how giant these cardboard 3 damage sides are, they take up a lot of space. There's only about 10 damage tokens in there. And if you look real closely, like it's pretty overflowing if we get that flush view. There are about 15 of the acrylic tokens in here. They're a little bit smaller. They fit a little bit nicer. These are the regional ones. This is about 15, I think. There are 9 shields. I wanted to show what 9 looked like in case you have a 3-character deck. So there's 9 shields. And I was able to fit a dozen resource tokens in there. And these are the cardboard ones. But again, that's pretty overflowing, which is, it's fine when you're carrying it because of those indented spaces I showed you. But it is packed to the brim here for tournament. And because, the deck comes up over the top of the case, like this isn't something you want to be waving around or just carrying like loosely at an event. One thing I love, and Hyperloops fans will love this, is that our tokens fit. I mean, it is like perfect. Our tokens fit absolutely perfectly in these slots. So I love that. So like this is how I would do it. I have my Hyperloops tokens. I've got my damage tokens, my shield tokens, my resource tokens, my deck, my dice in the tray, ready to go. So that would be my main concern about just the carrying aspect, is that when it's open, the deck does not fit sleeved in this case. But as you can see, everything looks really nice. It's super well done. If I were to like win nationals or worlds, I would just take the deck that I won with and put it in this thing, and this would be like my shrine to it. Or if you're the type of person that plays one deck and one deck only, I think you would love this because you could just keep everything you possibly need here. You have your one deck. You don't really mix up outside of that, or you don't like to bring more than one deck to an event. Like when I go to a tournament, I usually have like 4 or 5 decks in case people want to play, or if I want to switch, or a friend wants to switch. But if you are the type of person that just wants to carry one deck on you at all times, or have like that one special deck, I think this thing is phenomenal. I just can't say enough about how heavy and like in the craftsmanship is just so well done, and it looks great. Like the color's great. Aesthetically, it's amazing. So functionally, obviously you're not going to roll 12 dice at the same time or whatever, however many were here. But we could say that Ayla has a Shoto. I guess we can just go through the progression. The dice tray is pretty shallow, and if you're an aggressive roller, you might not want to use this. If you're in a tournament that's like high stakes and you don't want your dice rolling around all the time, you might not want to use this. One thing I think, though, is that you don't have to use the dice tray. You could just roll onto your mat. But I want to do some test rolls. And like if you're rolling lightly, it's not going to be a problem. If you're rolling aggressively, and you just shoot them in there, it's definitely an issue because the wall's not going to catch super often. But I'm going light, and they're great. But anything more than a light touch is going to go. So let's give Ayla some weapons here. And as you can see, like if you're like I am, I'll re-roll anything that doesn't roll into the tray. And, you know, that's fine. I mean, dice are going to pop out. So one of the dice went flying. So I would take, you know, in a tournament, I would take those 3 out and roll the last one. Triple blanks. Thanks, Ayla. But if you're into rolling gently, and I have a teammate in X-Wing who just does that when he rolls, you know, it's fine. You want to just do that. If you feel like that's sufficiently randomized, you do that. I mean, hey, if I'm going to roll that, I'll take it all day. But just so you know, it is a very, very shallow dice tray. But so if we put it back together, one thing I like to do is the shake test. So put the dice back here. As you can see, they slide in pretty nicely. They're snug, but they're not crazy. I mean, it does take some adroitness to have them in quickly. And I try and get really aggressive with that shake. Dice are fine. Tokens are fine. They're a little jostled, but if anything, I find that it like when I did the shake test as a practice before I recorded the video, I found that it allowed me to fit more tokens in because it sort of compacted them. So that's it. This is the Parsec. The quality of this thing is phenomenal. I can't say that I've seen a nicer deck box. So if you like wood craftsmanship, this thing's really, I mean, I just can't say enough about it. Words fail me. As far as taking it to a tournament, just because of the deck not fitting in flush, so cards can slide around if the cover's not on. And if you're really looking for something utilitous and you really want a dice tray, then I don't think you'll be super pleased with that aspect of it. I will say that the deck boxes I've looked at that had dice trays, like I wouldn't get a deck box just because it had a dice tray, but when it does have one that's deeper, it was nice. I rolled with my other deck box at my regional. It had a dice tray. It's deep. I sort of liked using it. It was the first time I'd ever used any dice tray. So I don't know if I'm the authority on dice tray use because I haven't used too many, but I would like something deeper. Other than that, though, I think that the Parsec is of the highest quality, and I can't tell you if it's worth $90 or however much it is, because that's a personal opinion. But I will say I think that this is really nice, and if I were to win an event and be really proud of a deck or created a deck that someone used to win or anything that I wanted to enshrine about Destiny, I would absolutely buy one and make this like my nice trophy case. And I'd be happy if I was the type of player who just had a favorite character and always played that character. I think that this is a really nice piece. And I don't think that if you're looking for this high quality and are willing to spend that money, I do not think you'll be disappointed in any way by what you get. So that's it. That's the Parsec. If you have any questions, you should contact Aaron Kane, or if you have any specific questions for me that you or anything you want to refute or talk about, you can hit me up at Bobby Sapphire at the Hyperloops. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. And if you do enjoy it, please leave positive feedback for Aaron on his Kickstarter and this YouTube channel, because just like all of us, he's just trying to make his way in this crazy universe. All right, good night.